Welcome home, residents. It's your Mayor Alistair back once again with some big Godzilla Kong news. We're finally in the month of March, which means the new Empire releases this month. It feels like just yesterday where we were talking about the rumored title being Son of Kong back in 2022. But here we are, only a few weeks to release, and we've had 2 solid trailers which gave us a decent promo of the film without spoiling much of the plot. And just recently, a bunch of new teasers released, giving us an even closer look at the film with an assortment of new clips. We even get a look at Kong riding Godzilla, which is just... what? Insane! We have tons to get through, and we even have a special Godzilla Evolved unboxing at the end of the video. So let's break down the new clips from Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. From these ad spots, we'll only be looking at the new shots to save precious time. Now be aware, some of these clips can be quite spoilery, so here's your warning just if you want to go in blind. So first off, we have Kong pre-injury stood in the Hollow Earth right in the middle of Scar's temple, which we saw in previous trailers. We can see Kong's look of utter confusion as those around him begin chanting and beating the ground. This is as Scar prepares to release Shimo, the first Titan, the one capable of throwing the world into another ice age. And Kong looks ready for battle here. The details look super nice. The most important aspect of facial details are the eyes, and they look super emotive here. It allows us to connect and relate to him at important moments. And what this tells us is he's curiously on the defense, ready for any obstacle. Next up, we have this amazing shot of Kong with his new beast glove grabbing onto the pyramid as we see people in the foreground panicking. This is one of many shots from the trailers that demonstrate a great sense of scale. Kong really feels huge here. There's definitely a feeling of weight here that isn't found in some of the other shots, which goes to show that depending on the scene and situation, the Titans will feel fast and vicious or slow and heavy. Then we get Kong cheering and raising his fist into the sky, potentially after winning a fight against Shimo, who we know followed Kong from the Hollow Earth to Egypt. This ad spot goes hard, by the way. Freeze. Look at this shot. This is stunning. I've been hoping that not all the monster action takes place in perfectly lit daylight, and here we get a super atmospheric nighttime scene where drones begin attacking Godzilla as he comes ashore in France to absorb radiation from a nuclear power plant, preparing for a fight. Godzilla reached up to grab the drone heading towards him, which is just a super cool shot. And one of the coolest shots in the teaser has to be this image of Godzilla's tail sliding over the buildings in Brazil, as he's likely being tossed around by Shimo. You can even see a bit of him in the corner there. Once again here, the sense of scale is great, especially when combined with the fact we'll see civilians running from the chaos, making us feel like we're in the action, which is just peak Godzilla. Following this, we get a cute shot of Kong and Zuko as he plays in the water. Kong's just in the back chilling there. Then the teaser finishes off with the same Godzilla and Kong running from the other main trailer. Some great shots, but there's a lot more to get through, so on to the next trailer. This teaser is strangely called Godzilla Kong: The New Kingdom, which is interesting because that's what the film is titled over in South Africa, likely due to sensitivity surrounding their history. It starts off with people running on the beach as people panic before the Titans invade the city. I believe this is continuing on from that shot of Godzilla's tail, and you can actually see the faint outline of Shimo there, which actually looks kind of creepy. But Kong comes to their defense and immediately gets his ass handed to him, and he goes flying into a building. Clearly he's not going to be able to defeat Shimo on his own. So where is Godzilla at this moment? Next up, we get some scenes that take place earlier in the film with Eileen Andrews and Gia talking about how Kong is hurt. This is most likely following his first encounter with Shimo in Scar King's lair, where his hand is frozen by her frost blast. And we get a close-up of Kong's gorgeous face, and just look at him, he's crying. Why, Legendary, do you make me feel things? Next up, we return to the Hollow Earth layer as we get more shots of Kong and Scar's fight, where the king does this insane backwards flip to kick Kong right in the face, proving that Scar is much more agile than Kong, which is interesting since he's considerably older than Kong, but just goes to show how long these titans really live for. I'm glad to see Scar actually doing some damage, because up to this point it feels like he's been getting his ass handed to him. Now we get that money shot. Godzilla and Kong running side by side in the Hollow Earth before the King of the Monsters gives Kong a little look as if telling him to hop on, and then he jumps onto his back and rides Godzilla. This is pure Showa level ridiculousness, and I'm all here for it. It feels like someone's playing with their Godzilla toys. There's something so iconic about this visual already. I've seen some people complaining about the physics, but as we've gone over, gravity works differently in parts of the Hollow Earth, so the Titans are a lot lighter and a lot more maneuverable here, which is why Godzilla effortlessly carries Kong on his back. Can't wait to see this battle unfold. Next up, we have a new clip of Godzilla crashing out of a glacier before roaring at his enemy. I doubt this is the same shot as before where Godzilla rises out of the ice, since it doesn't look like they match up, which tells us Shimo has the ability to freeze the Titans instantly. Come on, at this point you just can't deny that Shimo froze Ghidorah. Now finally we have this shot of Scar leaping towards Kong, bone whip in hand, ready to strike, before Kong drop-kicks Scar, sending him flying, showing that despite Scar's agility, Kong is still bulkier, heavier, and stronger than him. And then we get a shot from a different scene of Kong roaring, with a layer of snow coating his fur, which implies this is later on after Shimo has engulfed the city in an ice blizzard. And if we look closely at the ice, it doesn't really look like ice, does it? It looks more like frozen pieces of meat. So I'm wondering if this is Kong's victory roar after he defeated one of the Titans. And there are a few shots from other TV spots that show some interesting stuff, like Godzilla's dorsal plate slicing through the river, looking as menacing as ever. And next we get an extension of the scene where Kong meets Zuko, where we get this stunning shot of Kong reaching out to him in the same way God does in the creation of Adam, which is some super cool symbolism. Let us know what you think it means in the comment section down below. But it turns out he was already being watched by the Scar King as he sends his team to capture Kong and bring him to his lair. There's a chance that Zuko was sent there as bait against his will, and the film will focus on Kong freeing him and the rest of the enslaved apes. We also have a better look at Godzilla in Egypt just grinning at Kong, and just look how good that design is. I really like just how pointed this evolution is. Right, that about covers the new clips of Godzilla Kong. There may be some I missed, but that's because these teasers seem to be releasing every day now. So now for something completely different. So today is a celebration because I've just received something really cool, and that it's the Jada Godzilla remote-controlled toy. Now, I've wanted this thing for months since they announced it because it just looks so cool. On the back it says it's got realistic stomping action, energy spines, but the coolest thing is that simulated heat ray breath, which I just need to try out. On the side we've got some cool Evolved Godzilla concept art, which you probably can't see because of my ring light. But yeah, I mean, it's all looking really cool. So let's get this thing open. Just realized the bottom there says I need AA batteries, but I don't have any, so hopefully that's not an issue. Right, so where am I cutting open? There's quite a lot of sellotape on this thing, so let's start here. Oh, sorry. I'd also like to thank Evolution PR for sending this thing out to me. I love you. This thing is huge, by the way. It's around 13 inches tall. Just let me get this open in just a second. Right, let's lift that bad boy out. Oh, it's got moving toes, that's nice. So I guess that's where the tail goes in. Oh, yeah, it's looking nice. Get that tail out, and it's looking a bit phallic. I'll put that down for now. And there's that controller, looking real nice. It's kind of looking like Godzilla's dorsal plate a bit. Cool. And that's that thing that you use to put water in it. Nice. Right, alright, okay, I just spent a few minutes opening this, and turns out it's already got batteries in it, so that's nice. Let's put that tail in. cool. And you've got some little swivelly things. Nice. Oh, that's so cool. Right, I'm trying to figure out how this controller works. I can't actually find an off switch on this thing. It looks cool, though. Right, let's take a closer look at you. You see the details are actually really nice. The head is like a hard sculpt, so it doesn't move. It's got this wash of grey over it, so it gives it nice, actual, visible detail. Most of the body is hard plastic, apart from the tail, which appears to be rubber. And the actual torso is this hollow rubber. I mean, you can do this if you want. You can even make him dance. I don't know why you would, but, you know, you can. All these details look really nice. I might paint some teeth on him because he's looking quite teethless right now. In the middle, you can see where he's going to shoot the heat ray out of. And yeah, I'm actually surprised by the amount of detail in the eyes as well. There's my little 3-inch Godzilla for comparison. Look at him, he's so cute. You can put him on his shoulder if you want to. And through here, you can actually see this is where the water goes in. So, I'm going to do that right now. So I'll be right back. Right, I'm back, and I've put water in it, so it should be ready to do its atomic breath. Ooh. That's its activation thing, I guess. Look at that. Look at that leg motion. That's what I'm talking about. Get back there. There's no actual reverse function, so I keep having to push it back, which is a bit annoying, but I'm suspecting you probably have more space than a table. Yes! That is so cool. I'm loving this thing so far. It honestly feels like something I would have had when I was younger. Right, let's try it with the lights off, see how it goes. This thing is amazing. Let's try it again. Do you think it would break if I put Coca-Cola in it? Just can't get enough of this thing. That's alright. One more time. Woo! It's just so cool. I can do this all day. It's kind of cool. It's actually kind of like a humidifier. This thing will be good in summer when it starts to get really hot. This thing is a 10 out of 10 for me. I absolutely love it. My only complaint is it can't reverse, but I suspect that won't be an issue if you're doing that on the floor and not on your table. So yeah, definitely pick it up. I'll put links on where you can find it in the description box. If you want us to do more unboxings, leave a like because it lets us know what you want to see more of. And be sure to subscribe and stomp the notification button to become a resident of Dangerville today, to not miss out on all that Godzilla Kong goodness. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you residents in the next one.